Hey guys, iZotope just released Neutron 4 and I'm really excited because this is the first time for me to actually be using Neutron. So what is Neutron in a nutshell? It's a system for you to mix songs easily and with some assistance. So there are a lot of tools that are pretty standard, things that you would find in your DAW, even like EQs, compressors, exciters and things like that. But the idea here is that you have sort of an intelligent channel strip and also some help. So I'm going to show you how I'm using it on different tracks. We're going to highlight what's new in Neutron 4 and experiment, see how it actually works in the context of a mix. Let's get started. Right, so this mix is my demo mix, Nobody's Gonna Love You by Brianna, and I'm going to use Neutron on the vocals first. So I have all the lead vocals going into this channel. I'm using Cubase, but it works, of course, in any DAW. So I'm gonna hit Neutron, and the first thing that we'll see is that we have two main views. We have the normal kind of detailed view, and we have the assistant. And I'm gonna play the audio through this and see what happens.
I know you're broken. I know you're giving up. And yeah, I know you're thinking that your time won't come.
Right, so we have the track Analyze, and this is the power of Neutron. Of course, we need to tweak and we need to adjust things. It's not entirely, instant magic, but we see something going on already. So we have the tone match, which is brilliant. So the system detected that we're talking about vocals, but if we just for a second go with some other instruments like drums, so we have different elements. It could be kick, snare, toms, or just general drums. We'll see that later. And if we'll go into the voice, we have dialogue and vocals. So that's already matched. But not only that, we can click that plus here and just load our own reference track. So for example, if you have a singer and you're trying to sort of go with a reference for that singer, some other famous singer or some other tracks that you have, maybe some previous mixes, so you can load it as a reference. That's absolutely amazing idea. And so then we also have the tone match here and we can tweak things. Let's have a listen.
You're crying in the pieces, laying broken on the floor.
Right, but in addition, on the bottom, we have three other sections. So we have the punch to expand or compress. We also have, of course, attack and the sustain. Then we have distort, which is sort of a dual kind of module where we have the usual exciter harmonics thing, and or we have the trash. So that will be much more kind of a distortion. So if I go here, we'll see overdrive, we'll see scream, scratch, things like that. And finally, on the right, we have the stereo width. So all of that on the main page on our assistant. And so let's have a quick listen.
But you put them back together every time before. I know it's like your world is just caved in, and every single prayer just wasted. But baby, there is beauty in the making, so no, don't go thinking that nobody's gonna love you. Nobody nobody's gonna love you. 'Cause somebody's gonna love you. Gonna love you. Oh, oh.
Right, and all of that in the assistant view. Now, if we'll go into the detailed view, we'll see a lot more under the hood. So again, this is a mixing system and mixing tools for you. So you can see that we have the equalizer, we have compressors, and in fact, we have other modules that we can chain. And we have two compressors, we have an EQ, we have an exciter, which has an addition trash mode. And if you're familiar with the iZotope trash, that's, I guess, coming from there. We have a gate that we can add, and of course we also have transient shaper, and unmask is also something new that you will find in Neutron 4. We're gonna check it because this will help you unmask and uncover frequencies and tracks that are just overlapping. So for example, if you have kick and bass, maybe you have lead vocal and the back vocals, and you want to get one track on top of the other to pop out and just match them. And that's really, really cool stuff. So I'm going to show you that. And of course you can add, you can move them around and just shuffle things. And for each of those different elements or different modules, you will have its own controls and its own presets. So let's go just to the beginning here. Let's see what we've got. So we have the sculpture that will help us sort of do like a spectral matching to match the track audio. So we are talking about vocals, so it's already detected, and that actually talks with the assistant elements, with the assistant view. And we have the vocals, we have the tone, we have the speed of the spectral analysis here, and how it is applied.
You chained to the heartache, but you don't even know you hold the key.
And again, if we'll click the drop down, we have the different instruments, and we can just fine tune everything here. So we can even solo this.
Girl, you're making it much harder than it has to be. No, I know it's like your world.
And you can apply this module to a specific range of frequencies. And then we have the equalizer, the EQ, and again, very, usual EQ, but still a lot of things going on here. We have different curves that we can apply. As you can see, a lot of things. So we're not doing a deep dive. I'm not going into everything. You get the idea. This is an EQ. We have the different curves. We have the shapes that we can just go up and down. We see a lot of information here. We also have the dynamics and thresholds. So let's have a listen.
World is just caved in, and every single prayer just wasted.
Of course, the dynamics means that we have a dynamic EQ that responds to the signal of that particular range of frequencies. So it's like a compressor on top of an EQ, and that's the equalizer. Then we have two compressors that we can apply in a chain, and here right away we have the punch. This is new to Neutron 4. We have the punch. Microdynamics are detected here, and we can set the amount, so we can actually go above and below.
But baby, there is beauty in the making, so no, don't go thinking that nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna.
Right, and notice the line that goes from above or from below, And we also, again, have different bands. So if you add those bands here, you'll see we have different ranges of frequencies, and we can solo each one.
Gonna love you, 'cause somebody's gonna love you, gonna love you. Oh, 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 oh.
Right, and you can adjust things, but we also have this other type of view, the oscilloscope view.
No, don't go thinking that nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. 'Cause somebody's gonna love you.
Right, and you can, of course, remove those bands. And now if you move into modern compressor or the vintage compressor, it has to be for all the bands. So if you select punch, all the different bands will be punch or modern or vintage. So that's the compressor. We also have the exciter to excite things. And here, again, something new with Neutron 4, we have the trash mode here. So you can click that. And again, we have the XY pad to select between different characters.
Gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. 'Cause somebody's gonna love you. Gonna love you.
And again, that's also a multi-band. So far, brilliant, really love the ideas. And so what I'm going to do is take Neutron and just try that on the drums. So let's have a listen. Right, so we have the drums set and detected. So you can already see that we actually not quite there. So the track that I have is sort of a trappy, very snare oriented track, and that's fine, but we also have kicks and toms and cymbals in different places. So if you feel that the detection wasn't perfect, you can always go back and rerun it. Right, so now the part that I selected matches, the character. We see the drums, but again, I could use Neutron on specific tracks like the snare or the kick, whatever. And we can see the tone match. We can play with that, and we can use the distort. Let's go and try to use the trash mode. Right, and we can expand with the punch. And so that's what we've got for the drums. And let me show you something else. Let's go into the detailed mode here, and let's have a quick look at the exciter here. And another something that was added in Neutron 4 is the tame option here, and that's to preserve the dynamics. So when you're compressing, when you're doing maybe the exciter work with distortion and overdrive, you'll get a very, very compressed, and you're gonna lose the dynamics of the signal of your audio. So the tame will bring back intelligently all those dynamics and bring life into sort of a squashed signal. So that's the tame. And we also have some other items here, for example, the tone. So you can brighten up or maybe darken the tone.
Nobody's gonna love you. Somebody's gonna.
Right, and we also have another module which is super interesting, and that's the unmasking. So I'm going to use Neutron on both the lead vocals and the back vocals, and I'm going to sidechain one into the other. You don't have to do that sidechain actually in terms of putting Neutron on every single track. You can use the side chaining even if you have just one instant of Neutron, but for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to go and add Neutron on the back vocals. So these are the back vocals. We're going to close things here. Let's close. Let's find us a place with some backing vocals. This is the one.
Nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. Somebody.
And we also have the lead vocal singing on top of that. So let's add Neutron and let it do its magic here with the Assistant.
Nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. Somebody's gonna love you. Gonna love you. Oh.
Right, so we have the vocals detected, we have the tone match, we can play with that, but I want to show you what happens when we are doing the unmasking. So I'm going to just go into our lead vocals, and now let's have a listen together.
That nobody's gonna.
And let's open up both of those instances, and I'm going to add the unmask. Let's see what happens when we are sidechaining. We are sending over the lead vocals into our back vocals. And I'm going to add unmask.
Somebody's gonna love you. Gonna love you. Oh. Somebody's gonna love you. Somebody's.
Right, so you can see that we are basically detecting the incoming signal of the lead vocal inside the unmask, and we are basically looking to sort of sculpt out some of the frequencies, some of the sounds of the back vocals, and let the lead vocal shine.
Somebody's gonna love you. No, don't go thinking that nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. 'Cause somebody.
So you can see that when we're at 0%, we hear a lot of the background vocals, but if we go all the way up, we'll hear much more of the lead vocal.
Somebody's gonna love you. Gonna love you. Oh. Somebody's. Oh. Somebody's. Oh. Somebody's gonna love you. Gonna love thinking that nobody's gonna love you.
So in fact, we're making room for the lead vocal to shine. You can use the same technique with bass and kick, and just sculpt out some space for that. So that's basically what I wanted to show you guys. That's Neutron 4. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if I missed anything. I'm sure I did, because this is practically my first time looking into this. Of course, I have to read the user manual as usual, and I'm inviting you guys to chat with me and others in the Discord server that I have, the Plugin Academy. I'm going to put the links in the description of this video. If you're planning to buy this or upgrade, I'm going to put my link. It's an affiliate link, meaning if you buy through this, the price stays the same, but I get a little bit of something to get me going. And that's how it goes. You don't really have to. And of course, you're most welcome to join my membership, the membership of the channel. It's a subscription. It gets you just some discount codes for plugins. I'm going to get you special prices on plugins that I represent. And you'll also get a one-on-one session with me regularly every month. You set the topic, or we set it together. We talk about sound design. We talk about synthesizer. I'm going to show you new stuff, things that are just out. We can explore plugins, explore anything that is important for you. And that's the channel membership, and it's a great way to support what I do in this channel. And all of that is very cool, but the very best way to support the channel is by just watching the videos and commenting, leaving comments, interacting. I'm trying to respond and answer all the questions. I help a lot of people all the time, privately through Facebook, Twitter, the Discord server. So just feel free to reach out, and I'll do my best to help you out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Maybe we'll do a deep dive into Neutron and finish this mix completely with Neutron and see how it goes. Thanks, and bye-bye.
Nobody's gonna